Set it off to the side and come back to hands and knees. Hands and knees, you'll need close by a light hand weight and a heavier hand weight. Yes. All right, from hands and knees. Remember, if you have wrist crankies, step the hands forward away from the knees a little bit. All right, create a little bit of that tail tuck again. It's not so much like a cat spine, although if that feels relieving to you on your low back, then go for it. But for me today, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a tail tuck on the low back. All right, let's bring the hand weight into the left hand, right hand on the floor. The name of this game is to keep the spine long and strong and stabilize the pelvis. And then we're gonna do a little bit of movement through this left hand. Okay, so left hand's just gonna tap the weight a little bit forward. Maybe it's a few inches forward. And then left hand will pull the weight back a little bit and tap towards the knee. And then a little forward and tap back. So your right hand and right shoulder and right oblique on that right sideways is working pretty strong in tandem with your left hip and left abdominals and that cross of muscles that crosses from right arm to left hip to keep you strong and stable. Take that left arm and hand weight and start to tap it a little bit further out to the left. Maybe it goes wide of the mat. Good. And maybe now you start to lift the hand weight a little bit up. So flying the weight towards the ceiling, you could go forward. You could go out to the side. And you know, in these classes, I do recommend going slow, but sometimes certain days or certain moments, you need to go a little bit faster to manage whatever's going on with the day or the mind or what have you. Let's go 2 more breaths here. You can breathe out through that straw if that's helpful. All right, go ahead, place that left hand down, weight off to the side, sit the hips back, take a breather or down dog, you know, find your pose of choice for a bit of respite. Soften the jaw. Invite some ease through the eyebrows, the space between them. And when you're ready, tabletop again. We'll switch sides. So hand weight into the right hand. Yeah. If you want to make things a little bit trickier or feel a bit more through the abdomen, you can step the hands forward and lean a little bit forward and shift the body weight forward, and that will elongate the hips and challenge this front abdomen zone a little bit further. I'm going to keep my left hand more or less underneath my shoulder for now. Okay, so find tabletop, a little tuck of the tail, pressing the shoulders or the rib cage up towards the ceiling, and then tap that little weight forward and tap it back. Trying to keep spine long. Good breathing. I know sometimes it's really easy to hold the breath, and we have been practicing on holding the breath out after the exhale. But sometimes I find myself holding an inhale or holding the place between the inhale or exhale, and that just takes practice to train the breath. So find an inhale, exhale through straw. Move that weight a little bit further out to the side. You can breathe in, breathe out. Maybe holding the breath out after the exhale. See if that arm can fly a little bit off the floor. Good, super nice. 2 more rounds of breath or movement. Every little bit counts. I know in today's life where there's a lot of interruptions, all the little bits add up. Set that weight down, hips go back. Find your inhale, exhale. Maybe take this moment to set an intention for yourself. Clarifying a focal point for your mind. Good, take an inhale and an easy exhale. One more of those, easy in, easy out. Swing your legs out in front. Oh, wait, sorry, so sorry. We're gonna use that heavy hand weight, forgot about it. Big river rock or your heavy book. Have the heavy river rock behind your wrist. Tuck the tailbone a little bit. Good, lift the right hand off the mat and grab the rock and drag it over to one side. Let's drag it over to the right. Place the right hand down, left hand lifts, drag the rock from right to left. Or if you want, you can pick it up a little bit. And that's the game. Dragging a heavy object from left to right. Keeping stability through your trunk. Exhaling out everything that you've got. If this is feeling super easy peasy, shift your body weight forward in the amount. So it's like a modified plank, and then try. Ugh. So the hips are now a little bit further forward from the knees if you're doing the plank variation or modified plank variation. I notice that my body wants to sway a lot. So I'm going to use exhale to try and counteract that sway. If for some reason you're like, Mac, this is super easy, great, then hover your knees. Drag the rock. Try not to shift your weight from side to side. Forearms are an option. Or fists. You've got 5 or 6 more. Little tail tuck. And drag. Y'all got statue spines. Ripple abs. I see you. I see you. Okay, did you do your 5 or 6? If so, donezo. You can swing the legs around. We're off the hands for a little while. You can set your weights off to the side. Okay, so we've done some abs now with this kind of rounded back spinal flexion. And now we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna be on the back and we're gonna try and create a little bit of arch, so a little bit of space in the low back. No props for this one. No props for this one. Okay, so on your back you come. We'll start with feet to the floor. Maybe bring the hands to rest on the abdomen. Okay. And reconnect with yourself, with your body, with your breath. Let's see if you can create a little bit of space in that low back. You don't have to make a huge arch. You don't have to make a big archway where a whole troop could march underneath your low back. You just need a little bit of space there so you're not smashing the low back down for this one. We're creating that space so that we can work a bit more of the transverse abdominal, so this whole wrapping through the trunk. All right, so take a big inhale. And then exhale through that straw all the way to empty, and use your fingertips on your front abdomen to see if you can feel, as you're getting all the way to empty, things that might be sensory down there in that low belly. Good, then take an inhale. You can let things move on the inhale, that's fine. You can let your belly swell perhaps, let the ribs expand. And then big exhale, everything closing down, elevator doors closing. Holding the breath out for a beat or 3 beats. Nothing too stressful. Inhale, exhale. It doesn't even have to be a full inhale here. We're working to maintain a bit of this activity in the low belly. All right, on your next inhale, you're just going to breathe in for 1 second or so. So quick inhale, let the belly swell up, and then big exhale. Empty, empty, empty. If you think you're there, go more out. Hold that breath. Short inhale, seeing if your belly can swell, and then exhale right away. Empty, empty, empty. Good, we're gonna use this breath over and over and over. If the quick inhale is too brief, you're of course welcome to take in a longer inhale, yeah? Don't need you passing out or getting all stressed. We're gonna try and keep the stress natural in this engagement through the abdomen. All right, breathing in, exhale, find that engagement in the low belly. See if you can keep that arch in the low back and try and lift both feet off the floor. Beautiful. Great. And you can keep the knees, you can let the knees bend, let the heels come towards the hamstrings. So let your knees bend all the way, heels just hang out towards the hamstrings. Yeah, cool. Great. See if you lost any of that through the abdomen, regain it if it drifted away. Slowly, you're going to tap the heels down and lift back up. Good. Tap both heels. If you want to place the feet down briefly, that's fine too. And lift. Breathing in, we can lower the feet down. Exhale. Find that out, out, out breath. Hold, exhale, and then lift feet. Inhale. Exhale big. We'll do a breath on both movements. Hold the breath out. Tap down the feet. Keep the feet down. That's what we'll do. Inhale. Exhale, find your abdominal engagement. Hold the breath out, find that firmness, and then see if you can lift the feet off. Does that low back flatten and mash into the floor, or can you keep some of that arch there? Feet are lifted, inhaling there, belly swells a bit. Exhale, big, big, big. Like the hip points, everything's trying to knit in as the breath goes. Holding breath out if possible, tap the feet down. Good, pause there for an inhale, feet are down to breathe in. Big exhale. Hold breath out, feet upward. Great, do that 2 more times. Noticing what you notice. Yeah, nice, especially on that transition. If you feel like your hips are overworking or like your whole body is doing it, that's okay, especially if this is a new movement or if you haven't been working out for a while. It's okay. So just keep practicing and finding that ab connection. And as that gets stronger, the other stuff that's trying to do the ab work will eventually get the message that it doesn't have to, and they can work in tandem. Hopefully you're on your last round here. Doing a time check. And then you can lower the feet down when you're ready.